If you've been working with your transits for some time now, especially for a few years, then you'll start to notice a pattern. You'll notice that for all of the planets as such, Venus, Mercury, Mars, etc., the dates of the transits are inconsistent, right? So Venus will transit your Sun on a different day each year. Now, every 8 years, it'll come back to the same degree, but otherwise, within those 8 years, every year it's going to be different. Same for Mars or for Mercury or for Jupiter, obviously, going so slowly. However, this does not apply to the Sun. The Sun is different. Because we base the year off of the relationship of the Earth to the Sun, then the Sun's transits are consistent. Every single year, the Sun will transit your Venus on the same date within one day. The same goes for any of the transits of the Sun. So the Sun will square your Sun, or the Sun will conjoin your Neptune, what have you, always on the same day within one day or so. So what use is this information? Well, if you can understand what the journey of the Sun is in your life, in your chart, every year, then you basically have a structure of the year. You know what the rhythm of the year is going to be. And that's going to help you plan out your year, for one thing. It's also going to help you understand the context within which all of the other transits are happening. So if Venus is going to transit your Sun on the same day that, say, the Sun is squaring your Saturn, and you already know that because you know that happens on the same day every year, then you're going to be much better prepared for it, and it will be easier for you to take that context in and to understand how the Venus transit will affect you, because you've already grown accustomed to the Sun squaring the Saturn every year at the same time. So what I'm working on now is creating a solar transit calendar, a way for me to visualize this and to really fully understand it on a day-to-day basis, and to really see the structure and rhythm of my year. So how am I doing this? Well, the first step is to use astrology software like SolarFire or AstroGold or something similar to create a dynamic report. And what that dynamic report looks like will be a little bit different depending on the software, but basically the idea is you want to choose the transiting planet, only one, the Sun. You want to then choose all of the aspects that you want to investigate. For me, that is all of the divisions of 12 and the divisions of 9. And I can get into why that's interesting for me another time, and all about the Novile series and some of these other aspects. But that's what I am going to be looking at. And then you also want to choose which of the points in your chart, which of your placements do you want to see the transits for. So for me, that is all of the planets, and that is also the angles and the nodes, and that is it for me. I'm not going to look at, say, the lot of fortune or the vertex or other such points. And then you choose the date, so it's probably easiest to go from your birthday. You could also choose the 1st of January or maybe the solstice, whatever floats your boat, but choose a day that will be consistent for you and that you think of as the beginning of the year. And then run the report, and you'll get a readout of all of the transits of the Sun to all of those points with all of the aspects that you've chosen, and then you can sort by the date. And this is going to give you so much information and such an amazing overview of the year. Now, the next step is, once you have that report, now the time comes to visualize it. And this is the step that I have not yet reached, and I am now currently working on. Now that I've compiled all of this, I need to understand how to visualize this in the best possible way. And then the final step is to gather the different delineations and interpretations of this. So there's two aspects to this for me. So the first is gathering different delineations from various sources that I have, different books that I have obtained about astrology, different resources online, and then to put those together with the report. for quick reference. And then the second part of it is through observation of my own life, noting down the significant events and how I feel and what's going on in my life at each of those different transits, to do my own empirical research on how these transits affect me. So the goal of this is to have a better understanding of the year and my relationship to the sun and the sun's relationship to my chart, and it's also to have a better understanding of what's going to happen throughout the year so I can be better prepared. So I hope this has been useful to you, and if you're interested in doing a deep dive into how this works, then let me know in the comments below. Thank you, and see you next time.